Really Truth's conference final preview, or conference semifinal preview for the NBA playoffs. I'm Mike Goodpaster, The Grueling Truth. The Grueling Truth, as always, is powered by betting.net. Betting.net is your best bet for finding an online casino or sportsbook that's right for you. Make sure you check them out at betting.net. All right, we are into the second round of the NBA playoffs. We're at the conference semifinal round, and we're going to look at all four matchups today, give you who we think will be the winners and who will be the losers. All right, we're going to start off with a series that if it would have been played a week or two ago, it would probably be damn near a toss-up. It would probably be a small favorite for the Heat. I mean, Joel Embiid gets hurt. Now, all of a sudden, it's plus 300 if you're going to bet on the Heat. Now, the loss of a big man like Embiid will make it much harder for the Sixers to spread out the Heat defense the way they did in the first round to the Raptors. Now, both teams like to grind it out. With Embiid not there, the pressure's going to fall squarely on James Harden's shoulders. And in the playoffs, he's not always come through. He's going to have to come through big time to beat Miami. Miami is a deep and talented team, which makes them hard to beat in a long series. Now, there is reason to hope for the Sixers. If they can find a way to split those first two games, I think with the orbital injury that Joel Embiid has, that we might be seeing him come back in game 3, 4, or 5. So if they could stay in this series till he returns, I think they could have a shot. But the way this stacks up right now, I think the Heat take this in 5 games. I don't think it's going to be real difficult for them. Without Embiid there, it's going to be really hard. So I would go with the Heat in that first series. Next up, we got a series already played game 1 yesterday, as the Milwaukee Bucks battled the Boston Celtics. Now, the Bucks handled the Celtics in Boston in game 1. Now, in the previous series, the Brooklyn Nets, who a lot of people thought were going to make a run to the NBA Finals, got swept by the Celtics. The difference here is this. The Nets as a team are a lot physically smaller than the Milwaukee Bucks. Even without Chris Middleton playing in this series, the Milwaukee Bucks, I think, are just too long and too athletic for the Boston Celtics. We saw that in game 1. Plus, the Milwaukee Bucks have the best player in the NBA right now. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Giannis, I think, is going to dominate this series. Right now, the Bucks are at minus 126. The Celtics are plus 108. I would jump all over the Bucks at minus 126. I think that the Bucks win this series in 5 or 6 games. I just think it's a bad matchup. Just like the Nets were a bad matchup for the Celtics in the first round, same thing applies here. The Celtics are a bad matchup for the Bucks. Not in a good way for the Celtics here. The Bucks advance. Next up, another series that started yesterday. A great game, 117-116, won by the Golden State Warriors. They take a 1-0 lead over the Grizzlies. Right now, the Warriors are minus 550. The Grizz are plus 410. The Grizzlies, I think, are about a year away from actually being an NBA Finals contender. But a year away means it's not going to happen right now. Golden State's got too many scores. Have we ever seen an NBA team with this many guys that can dominate from three-point range? I don't think we have. And if they could just keep Draymond Green under control, actually, if they could keep the officiating under control, we'd probably keep Draymond Green in the game. But I think the Golden State Warriors will win this series. I think it'll go 6. I think the Grizzlies are a young, athletic team. John Morant is a great player. They'll get a win or two here, and I think the majority of these games will be within 5 points. So if you're going to bet the games, maybe look to get the Grizzlies when they're at a plus 6 or 7, which they'll probably be in Golden State, because I think they're good enough to hang in there. And for our final series, we got the Dallas Mavericks against the Phoenix Suns. Dallas is plus 240. Phoenix is minus 295. Dallas looked great in the first series, even without Luka. They beat the Utah Jazz. Luka's back, played the last couple games of that series. Luka's going to get his. The problem is, Dallas defensively basically took the 3-ball away from the Utah Jazz with the way they played defense. The issue here is this. With the Phoenix Suns, the issue is the mid-range shot. You've got Devin Booker, you've got Chris Paul, who are masters at the mid-range shot. You've got DeAndre Ayton underneath. I think Dallas will win a game or two in this series. I think it'll go 6 games. I think the Suns win this in 6. I think the Suns take care of business. Guys, I want to remind you right now, this is a big week in sports. We've got a Kentucky Derby coming up. We've got the NHL playoffs. Make sure you check out our NHL playoff preview video, which will be here later today. Make sure you keep an eye out for that. And also the Kentucky Derby. We'll have a video for the Derby. We'll also have a written article picking that. Make sure you check us out there. Make sure you check out betting.net. The great thing about betting.net is they find the best promotions, offers, and bonus codes so you don't have to. Head over to the website now to take advantage of things like free bets and matching deposits. Definitely make sure you check out betting.net. All right, guys, in the description of this video is what I recommend for betting on the NBA playoffs, which is FanDuel. Make sure you click that subscription or click that button. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.